And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Arabian Horse Association President, Lance Walters.
Thank you, Craig. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to AHA's 9th annual convention here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. First off, I would like to thank the Convention Planning Committee chaired by Mary Ann Hughes and assisted by our staff liaison, Kate Cooper. I would also like to acknowledge all of our Region's 17 volunteers, especially Terry Johnson and Gerald McDonald, that have made this event possible. Would you all please stand and be recognized if you are here in the room, and give them a round of applause. I would also at this time like to recognize our AHA past presidents that are here at the convention. Beside me, we have Myron Krause, past president. On the convention floor, we have Bill Hughes from Region 1, over here. Bill. And somewhere right in front of me, we have Bill Pennington from Region 14. I would also like to recognize Bob Falls, past president of the Arabian Horse Registry and current president of the Purebred Arabian Trust. Please. It needs to be said that we extend our thanks to all of our past presidents that are not here at the convention, and we deeply appreciate your efforts for AHA. For the last 2 years, as I have stood before the convention, I have had to report to you the unhappy news of the financial state of not only our organization, but the horse industry as a whole. Straddled with a money-draining information technology computer system build and fulfilling our obligation to replace sweepstakes funds that were used for this system, it has been a long and difficult 3 years financially. There are times I wondered if it would be possible for AHA to overcome its indebtedness. We were struggling with an economy that assures that registrations, memberships, the sweepstakes program, and horse shows would all continue to decline in the foreseeable future. All four are major income producers to AHA's bottom line and therefore necessary for its survival. At the same time, we were dealing with financial accounting processes that had very few checks and balances, as well as lacking oversight and control by the president and treasurer of AHA. These issues resulted in a stalemate of improving our association due to the inability of our board, staff, executive committee, committees, and commissions to have accurate financials to base their budgets upon. There was no way to improve our organization, make AHA more attractive to its current membership, let alone try to attract new members. As I stand before you today, I can say that these changes have been made and completed. The checks and balances have been implemented that will prevent this association from ever having to deal with lack of accurate financials and inappropriate use of AHA funds ever again. Having said that, let's take a look at our financial progress. We are on schedule to return an operating profit for this budget year of approximately $300,000 before depreciation. Most importantly, we will be putting cash into our accounts for the first time in 5 years. We have made every payment that has been scheduled to refund the sweepstakes account. That's $251,000 per year or $21,000 per month, and will completely pay the note off in September of 2012. We continue to decrease all other AHA balances. Our progress there continues to be substantial, $252,000 from 2 years ago, with an additional $412,000 this year. These results, these results are not bad for an organization whose detractors say AHA was going broke. Our successful results in these areas speak volumes. As I have stated the last 2 years, this association has had to adopt a fiscally responsible attitude. This attitude had not only had to take place within the AHA offices, but also with the AHA board. There is no question as I speak to you today that this fiscally responsible attitude has taken root. Our EVP, AHA department heads, board of directors, staff, our commissions, and our committees are all providing the same financial responsibility that this organization needed to succeed. Having talked about our financial oversights and obligations, let's talk about our profit centers. As stated earlier, memberships and registrations are continuing to decline, but are seeing a lesser decline than projected this year and less of a decline in the previous 2 years. This pattern trends with most of the other breeds and actually better than many. Having said that, we must show the value of an AHA membership as well as a registration to our fellow horse owners. These two areas must become a priority for AHA, the AHA Board of Directors, and you, the members of AHA. You say, how can I help? A very simple example of this is Vice President Dale Harville went to multiple youth venues, clubs, and organizations, invited them to a barn party at his farm in late August. As a result, he has been able to sign up 16 new youth members prior to this convention. This is not an untypical response when the effort is made. With this in mind, I asked the AHA board for $15,000 in promotional funds to be doled out to farms, clubs, training centers, and AHA youth groups to help introduce our horse to the outside world. It's time we help ourselves move forward and not expect it to happen for us. This has been approved for fiscal year 2013 yesterday by the board. The magazine continues to be the top equine magazine in the industry. With the addition of top sales personnel and alliances with incredible independent contractors, this magazine is on the verge of moving up the ladder of income producers for AHA. Award-winning, great personnel, and a moneymaker projected to bring in $500,000 in revenue this year, guaranteeing a six-figure profit. Youth Nationals, as always, was a fantastic show. Well-run and truly exhibitor-friendly. It continues to be a major revenue source for our association. This show is where it has to start to keep our membership strong and healthy. One concern is that there appears to be a trend in lower participation rates due to lower AHA memberships. We no longer participate in National FFA Convention, advertise in other youth-based magazines, or are able to fund youth promotion due to lack of money. Because of this trend, I presented to the board in August a presentation showing the need for youth funding activities with a follow-up here for a funding proposal. This was addressed here at the board meeting yesterday, and I am happy to announce that the board has approved $25,000 additional for fiscal 2013 to help youth programs. This is the first time that this organization has moved forward and funded youth activities instead of asking our youth to do it all on their own. Sport Horse Nationals continues to be a shining star for this organization. Again, a successful income producer, bringing in more horses and exhibitors to this show than were budgeted. This show continues to surpass its expectations each year. With a rotation being proposed for the future, this show is positioning itself for continued growth and financial success. Canadian Nationals, as you all know, had its trials this year. The Regina facility withdrew their contract with AHA in January of this year, leaving this commission just 4 months after the AHA board approved moving to Brandon, Manitoba, Canada, to create a new national championship show and to run it without a hitch. And happen? It did. Exceeding income projections by 250% and establishing a show that was raved about by our exhibitors and all the AHA board members that attended. This show could be commended for doing the almost impossible under unbearable circumstances and taking a situation that could have been a potential $200,000 loss to AHA and turned it into a $77,000 financial success. One of the results of this extremely successful show has been that Ray Dawn Arabians of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, has stepped up and agreed to sponsor the purebred Canadian National Yearling Colts and Geldings class, as well as the Yearling Filly classes for the next 5 years to the tune of $15,000 per class. In addition, they will also be sponsoring the Canadian National Yearling Half Arabian Colts and Geldings class, as well as the Yearling Half Arabian Fillies for $5,000 each for the next 5 years. The association is extremely grateful to Murray and Shirley Popwell for this donation to a deserving show. Last year, as I stood before this convention, I said that we must listen to all our customers, and that meant expanding our halter division. As a result, I made a recommendation to the U.S. National Show Commission and the AHA board to expand the halter division to include national individual championships for age groups, yearlings through aged horses, with a junior and senior championship, each containing 10 horses. Secondly, we teamed up with the Sweepstakes Commission about revamping the sweepstakes program back to the breeders' program it started out to be. With breeding incentives made by the Sweepstakes Commission, we proposed a very different halter venue for the U.S. Nationals, in the future, if it succeeded, Canadian Nationals. Breeding incentives, a dedicated halter arena, multiple new championship classes, and preferred table seating brings us to the U.S. National Championships in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The major changes that were made for U.S. Nationals made this show a huge success. Besides the changes mentioned before, all performance classes were held in Ford Arena, which allowed larger classes than in the past. All the commercial exhibits were located in one building, and this venue completely sold out. Members of APHA stepped up, and they wanted to help with decorations in both arenas, and they were a huge success and greatly appreciated. The big video screens in center ring showing competitors, promos, and results truly changed the atmosphere, as we always felt it would. I continue to get positive feedback from this year's show. Needless to say, this show was a fantastic success. We had 1,805 horses entered, which were 80 more horses than budgeted, sold all the private pavilion tables, and now have a waiting list for tables in the pavilion arena. Ladies and gentlemen, U.S. Nationals has come of age this year in Tulsa, exceeding all expectations of participation and increasing an increased bottom line. As a result of this hugely successful show, on Thursday evening of U.S. Nationals, Glenn Petty, Executive Vice President, Bill Hughes, U.S. National Show Chair, and I met with the Mayor of Tulsa, the Tulsa County Commissioners, and the Tulsa Convention and Visitors Bureau. At this meeting, it was negotiated that the Tulsa Convention and Visitors Bureau and the City of Tulsa will increase subsidies to the U.S. National Show starting with an additional $200,000 for 2012, the last year of our contract, and increasing to a total of $500,000 per year by the end of 2017. This is contingent on the Tulsa Fairgrounds being the successful recipient of a 2013 to 2017 contract. Over the next 6 years, this would be a total of $2.6 million in cash money from Visit Tulsa. This said, we continue to search other venues that meet our needs to service our exhibitors better. Therefore, requests for proposals are currently out to over a dozen other show facilities looking for venues for 2013 through 2017. Let's talk about major pluses that have occurred this year. AHA's new computer system is up and running. With a few delays and some bugs when it started up, it has been doing what it was developed to do. A much better system than we had before. It will be a major improvement when completely integrated. It is good to have this almost $2.7 million project off our constant financial worry list. After many months of struggling, the AHA Distance Commission held the Distance Nationals in New Mexico. After being canceled last year, this year's commission pulled off a great competition. With many months of hard work and compromise to ensure a profitable ride, they did just that, and the future of this competition looks great. I encourage you to go home and spread the word that this ride will take place next year, and our membership should be supporting what the world feels our horses do best. It needs to be mentioned that our commission members that were present at the ride did so at their own expense, even though their expenses were budgeted to be covered. This group exemplifies the spirit of the distance community and deserves our appreciation. The Judges and Steward Commissioner, Stan Morey, continues to receive accolades. I got him to smile. Continues to receive accolades for his presence and availability at our national events, as well as at numerous regional championships throughout the year. Stan has been a great ambassador for his office in AHA, as well as an educator for exhibitors at the events he has been at. This is an aspect that has been sorely missed since the inception of this office. Our educational process continues to be second to none and has only improved under Stan's tutelage and the support of his EC members. Congratulations are expressed from all of us on the functionality and integrity of Stan's office and staff. In September, Glenn Petty and I had the opportunity to meet with Bob Falls and Howard Pike, President and Vice President of Purebred Arabian Trust in Atlanta, Georgia. This was the first such meeting between PAT leadership and AHA leadership since 2007. This meeting was a positive step toward reopening direct lines of communication between both leaderships and resulted in the dispelling of many rumors that were replaced by facts. I look forward to these yearly meetings in the future for the benefit of both organizations and the Arabian Horse. The Arabian Horse Galleries, through your continued support, introduces thousands of new people each month to the Arabian Horse. We continue to explore options for utilizing this venue in the future to expand our membership and educate the public on the benefits of Arabian horse ownership. The Sweepstakes Commission took some bold moves to help a program that was viewed as going to eventually die due to lack of interest and gave it new life. The changes that were instituted brought into date this year 95 nominated sires compared to a total of 148 in the previous 4 years. Our original entry totals were 6 this year compared to 0 in the last 4 years. Our breeding entries increased after the closing date was reopened because of the program changes and brought in an additional 177 entries. But we truly don't expect to see the true effect on this category until next year. Though not specifically mentioned, you have my commitment to not ignore all the other programs that are offered by AHA. We are committed to fulfilling our members' needs here at AHA. From awards programs to youth judging, we are here for you, the membership. As I conclude, this has been a difficult yet rewarding 3 years. There are still issues that could set us back, such as a second recession. But for the first time, as I stand before you, I can say the changes and efforts that we have put forth have set this organization on firm ground, firm ground, and are starting to show results. We are currently developing a strategic plan that will further structure the organization for guidelines AHA decision-making processes. We must continue to be inventive and not be afraid of change. Each day brings this organization closer to the pinnacle of financial stability and back to the best equine membership service organization that for so many years had been the breed standard to gauge against. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a great convention here in Vancouver, and I thank you for your support in letting me lead this organization as your president. Thank you very much.
Thank you.